Well, the last year has been incredibly challenging, both on our organization and on the many operators that rely on crews to pay the bills, feed their families. It's been a real challenging year for all of us. Well, the cruise industry is hugely important to Victoria. It's worth over $130 million annually to the economy. Now, with 2 years gone, that's almost $250 million that's lost from the Victoria economy.
I think what's less obvious and what's harder to explain is the emotional toll that this has taken on so many of us. It's difficult to be vulnerable at a time when our strength feels so important to hold on to, and so many have lost the jobs that they love to do.
This past year's been very quiet and, like everybody else, very stressful, right? With nothing happening here in Victoria. You just see the docks empty and nothing going into the shipyard either. So it's pretty hard on everybody, right?
The cruise ship industry is vital to our business for multiple reasons. The 800,000 people that come into the downtown and the entire region is extraordinarily important to us. A third of the businesses within our building are locals, and they come here for the very reason we have that differentiator, the tourism market.
We steward iconic assets in the harbour like the breakwater, and revenue from cruise helps us to maintain the breakwater, the terminals here, some of the inner harbour assets, and it also really helps us to meet our commitments to environmental sustainability. So for us it's very important, but it's also really important just for the hundreds of businesses, the thousands of staff who have great paying jobs, volunteers, the vibrancy of downtown Victoria, and not just downtown Victoria, but into the Capital Regional District.
The crew become our locals, and we know them. We know them by name, we get excited they're coming, they come more than once a month, and that's actually what we miss the most out of the cruise ship seasons, that our friends are gone, and we look forward to seeing them again.
There's a number of steps that we need to put in place to ensure the safe restart of cruise. One of those first steps is calling upon government to have a plan to reopen the marine and land borders. We need the federal government, along with the province, to say we need a plan, and what's the plan so that we can see a safe restart of cruise. I know that we'll be ready with all the safety protocols in place, but we need that plan to open up that marine and land border.
Going forward, I hope that we see a lot of the same faces. I hope that cruise comes back strong in 2022, and that when we come back to work on this terminal, the colleagues that we now haven't seen and worked alongside for 2 years will be here.
The cruise ship industry next year I think it's going to be bustling more than we've ever seen before.
I very much look forward to the day when we're all back down here together waving that first ship in.
My favorite thing about the cruise industry is just the energy of visitors coming to our town, and honestly, on a personal level, welcoming people into my favorite place in the world, Victoria.
To those that are involved in the tourism industry that rely on cruise, my message would be to have hope. I'm confident that cruise is going to return. It will return, and we need you on the other side. So we hope that you're there, and count upon you, and just to have hope that we'll get through this together.